Hello, Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to meeting number 100. Wait, what? This is the 100th meeting? Let me add some excitement. Hello, Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to 100th milestone meeting of Toastmasters Club. Before we begin the meeting, I'll be your sergeant at arms and let me read out the ground rules. Oh, you see, it's interrupting, right? So please put your phones on silent mode or switch off to avoid interruptions because you may be asked to talk. The second rule is please step outside the meeting. Please turn off your video if you are stepping outside the meeting. And the next rule is please do not cross talk. You can do that at the end of the meeting. These are the general rules. As our meeting is happening online, the same rules apply. There's no difference. There's something I'm missing, but I'm sorry for lagging. I just need to read the script. Even though it's the 100th meeting, I'll just make sure we are on the right page. At Toastmasters, we do not talk about sex, religion, politics. So please refrain from discussing these topics. And the mission of our Toastmasters Club is to provide a positive and supportive learning environment so that everyone can develop their leadership skills and communication skills. Mutual. With this, I hand over the stage to presiding officer Mamta. Over to you, Toastmaster Mamta.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Govind. Faltered a bit, but I think even in the 100th meeting, you're forgetting the rules again. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, couple of things that we should be cognizant of. Today, we will have a lot of people joining us, hopefully, and we would want all of you to engage with us. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Toastmaster Mamta. I have a very long association with Coastline Toastmasters. I've been here right from the beginning. You might think I'm very old, but Coastline is not. It is just a it's a newborn baby, and it continued. It had its journey in a very interesting way. When everything was not working during COVID, I think Coastline happened, and that's the beauty about the way the spirit of course Toastmasters is where you learn and you evolve. So here we have collaborated across the horizons, and we kind of became partnered with each other, and we started this club. We were 11 of us from Hyderabad Wipro. We were trying to start a corporate club, and due to COVID we were not able to have offline sessions. Then we got to know that a similar scenario was happening for a community club, and community club is always a challenging part because it's about people coming from different walks of life, and it is very hard to bring them all together. So we wanted to join hands and start the club. Luckily, Toastmasters encouraged online meetings, and that's how this journey has begun. Some of us have been there right from the start. Jahnavi, Karthik, myself have been there right from the beginning and ensured that the club started. Apart from us, there are a lot of people who worked behind us, who guided us, who encouraged us. Today we see some of the people, so I would like to take the opportunity to acknowledge all of them. Ramakant is with us. Ramakant has been a very supportive person for us in terms of helping us how to steer some of the educational sessions or some of the contests where, since we were fairly new to a community setup. Subhadra ma'am has spent, I would say that she's kind of aged with Toastmasters. She has a lot of knowledge about Toastmasters. Both ma'am and sir have spent so many years, and they have traveled to many places through Toastmasters. So their guidance was invaluable for us to take the right decisions at the right time and steer the club activities in a very productive manner. So thanks to Subhadra ma'am and Ramakant for always being there and very supportive. Sandeep Madiraju, I hope he will join us today, but he was the one who was helping me to set up the club in Wipro, but since it did not work, he was the first one who actually gave me the lead to connect with this community club, and that's how our journey started. Then Jahnavi came in. We invested a lot of energy and support to the club. She's still a member with us. She has very actively been a part of district Toastmasters and area director as well, and guided us. So thanks to her as well. I hope she will be able to join us today. Karthik is another person who has been like the backbone for our club, always ready to support whenever we couldn't find anybody who can help us through contests. He was the one who was always there for us. And needless to say, there are so many names that are coming into my mind right now. When I think through the journey that we have had, we've had some successful run, right? Like Warren says that, take the path, don't go for the path that is already there, but go for something where you can leave a trail. And I think that's exactly what had happened for Coastline. While the name was there at the inception for the community club, the way we kind of collaborated, who would have thought somebody sitting in Hyderabad would have merged hands with somebody sitting in Vizag, and that too during a COVID scenario. But it happened, and I think everybody who's been there right from the start, was contributed to the club's first meeting till the 100th meeting, has to take the credit for the successful run of the club. So thank you to all of you. I would also thank the guests for always being there, coming to our meetings, participating wherever requested. And I hope this journey has been fruitful for you. Some of you have translated into members, and some of you are still hovering around as our guests. That's absolutely fine. You be our guests, but you will always be there to support us. So I'd also like to take this quick pause and probably ask Subhadra ma'am to start with, to share a brief greeting to the club members, followed by Ramakant, DTM Ramakant.
Let Ramakant do the honors, and then I will catch up.
Sure, ma'am. Yeah. DTM Ramakant, over to you. It's a pleasure always to have you in our meeting.
Hey, thank you so much. I'm actually falling short of words to say something about the club, because Coastline, I've seen growing Coastline club, because having nothing and then have a lot now in the Toastmasters fraternity. I've seen Coastline people coming up till to the district level. I've seen people going across the globe to attend the meetings. I've seen a lot of people doing a lot of wonders. I actually personally learned a lot from Coastline Toastmasters. I mean, thank you so much for everything. And 100 number seems to be very small, but it is not. It has a lot of hard work. And more than a lot of hard work, I can say a lot of planning is involved, a lot of sacrifices, especially on Saturdays. And being the community club, especially in the online, a lot of issues. There's like online issues, technical possibilities, technical impracticalities, or people wouldn't be able to join in on time. People have made promises, but they couldn't able to join. And there are a lot of hard works, but still, this 100 is not at all a small thing. 100 is actually a very, very big thing. If you are into a Toastmasters and if you spend little time in the executive committee, you know the pain behind one meeting. But this is 100. And I'm wishing you to join in your 500th meeting, also the 1000 meeting, if God really permit me to attend 1000 meeting. Wish you all the very best, Coastline Toastmasters.
Thank you
I
so
know
much, Ramakant, for those encouraging words. We also hope to reach there someday. We are gunning at it, and hopefully we should be there someday soon. Yes, ma'am. Subhadra ma'am, your turn now.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I gave it some gap before joining to Coastline Toastmasters. Just out of curiosity, one day, just now, just like that, I saw one advertisement in the Rotary Club meeting. I was wondering what Rotary Club has to do. Someone from Rotary Club, they had posted about Coastline Toastmasters. So out of curiosity, I attended one of the meetings. And finally, I'm sorry, I'm really bad at names nowadays. Growing old, that is one of the problems. It was Karthik, not Karthik. There was one more area director who was one of the mentors for this club. I'm sorry, I can't recollect his name. But he convinced me, no, please do join Toastmasters. At that time, no one knew that I had been a Toastmaster for quite some time. I didn't reveal that I was a Toastmaster. I really had some fun. Only thing was, most of the clubs in District 126, they are all having a, for me, they're all children or grandchildren, So at my age, I thought, it would be better if there is someone my age in that club. So that's the reason why I left the club. I am currently a member of a Toastmaster club, but my schedule doesn't allow me to attend any one of the meetings. So today, yesterday when I saw that it was the 100th meeting, I thought, okay, I do have to attend this particular meeting. So I kept alarm so that I don't miss it. And when the alarm went off, I knew that I had to join in. I'm so happy that I can see, I think Sai Rama, Govind and Mamata, they have been active. Mamata, of course, has been active from the beginning and she had been doing a great service to Toastmasters, Toastmaster Club. Not just Coastline, but in general Toastmaster, at least for the conferences and everything. She has been doing a great job. It's not easy for a leader to carry on. Keeping the group alive, it's very difficult. And to keep a Toastmaster club alive, and many of the founders have left, she kept on going and she kept on encouraging many of the new members to not only to join, but also to do well. I have seen Govind doing an excellent job, from the time he joined and to now. But still, I think we all have to keep on learning. There is no end to learning. I think from the day we are born to the day we are pass on, we will be learning and learning. Knowledge is something which we need to keep on learning and do not stop at any time. I would like to congratulate all members of Coastline Toastmasters Club for reaching this stage and under the leadership of Mamata, and also the support of, as she has pointed out, Ramakant, Karthik and others. I just wish all of you a great journey as a Toastmaster, not just in public speaking, but also leadership. Congratulations once again. Over to you, Toastmaster Mamata.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for those wishes. And yes, your presence is always welcome for us and your guidance as well. So some of you have been there right from the inception. We've seen ourselves traversing through various roles. You've played an executive role member. You've then moved on to a core member, and then you've again moved to a EC role. So, and you've seen the pains and the gains in the club. So thank you so much for all your contributions as well. Now, I know while we would, I think 1 hour won't be sufficient to sing praises of each members of this club. Everybody has uniquely contributed in some manner or another. But as the Toastmasters meeting goes, there's a certain agenda that we have set for the meeting. Hashwant, our VP Education, has put in a lot of effort to make this 100th meeting a successful outcome and something to help us remember by. Today evening is going to be very special. We do have all the segments of the Toastmasters meeting. Apart from that, we also have a speaker who is going to deliver a speech. We'll also have a table topic segment where all of you can participate. It's not just restricted to members. And we also have a panel discussion coming up, something that Harshwant has planned. And we are all intrigued to know what is going to be in the panel discussion. So stay tuned with us and do share in your thoughts at the end of the meeting. Your feedback is valuable for us, and do participate in table topic segment as well. So without any further ado, let's dive in. I have with me somebody who is going to steer the entire essence of Toastmasters. While we say that it is all about connecting and learning, the learning has to have a structure to it, and that structure in a meeting is driven by the general evaluator of the meeting. This evening we have Toastmaster Karishma joining us as general evaluator. I would welcome Karishma to take on the stage and explain what she would be evaluating and what her team will be evaluating us on. Over to you, Karishma.
Hello.
Yes, Karishma, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm able to speak right now. So, hello everyone, how are you?
Good, Karishma.
Okay, so a journey of growth is in every word we speak. Evaluations guide us whenever we are weak. With gentle corrections, we find our way to become the better version day by day. Hello and good evening, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and my dear guest. Welcome to the 100th meeting of Coastline Toastmasters. I'm Toastmaster Karishma. Today, I will be playing the role of General Evaluator. For the benefits of guest, General Evaluator evaluates everything which takes place during the meeting. It involves a tag team. It involves tag team. In addition, General Evaluator conducts evaluation round and is also responsible for evaluation team. That is speech evaluators, timer, a counter, and grammarian. It is very important to deliver your speech in allowed time and for the meeting to run accordingly. To achieve this, we have timer. I would like to invite Toastmaster Harshwan to describe his role. Over to you, Toastmaster Harshwan.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today we are at 100th meeting, and this feat of 100th meeting could have ever been possible because I feel because of strict time limits that we have been following at Coastline Toastmasters Club. And to continue that momentum, I, as a timer, will be keeping track of all the timing records today. So as a timer, I'll be keeping track of both the speech evaluators timing records, table topic speakers timing records, and also the speakers timing records. Today we have a normal pathway speech. So at 5 minutes, I'll show a green card. At 6 minutes, I'll show an yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I'll show a red card for the speaker. And for the table topic session, as usual, we'll be having 1 to 2 minutes of impromptu speech. So I'll be showing a green card at 1 minute and yellow card at 1:30 and red card at 2 minutes. I hope you all keep your time limits. You all follow your time limits strictly. And over to the general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, timer. We use verbal pauses such as ahs and ums. While we think of the next thing to say, the counter keeps the track of it. Now I would like to call Shiva Krishna to describe his role. Over to you, Toastmaster Shiva Krishna.
I don't think he's on the line, Karishma. Please move on.
I think he has some network issues. We can continue with the next one.
Okay, let's move further. When we speak in Toastmaster session, the grammarian keeps a track of the good and not so good usage of English throughout the session. I would like to call Toastmaster Meghna to describe her role. Over to you, Toastmaster Meghna.
Grammar plays a very important role in improving your communication. Hello, everybody. Master Meghana, SRIT Focus Club. Today, I'll be giving you a word of the day and an idiom of the day. Please try to use it in whatever you speak today. So, the word of the day is ennui. It is a noun, and meaning of this word is a feeling of listlessness and boredom. It is used in sentences. Let me tell you an example of how to use this. After a few months of doing the same job, he started to feel an ennui. So this is the usage of word of the day. And coming to the idiom of the day is cost an arm and a leg. It is a very familiar idiom for almost all people who are here. And meaning of this idiom is something that is very expensive. And the example is, I love that new designer handbag, but it costs an arm and a leg. I'll be posting the word of the day and idiom of the day in chat box. Whenever somebody uses word of the day, I request you to show single thumbs up. And when anybody use idiom of the day, I request you to show double thumbs. Over to general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Meghna, for describing your role. So this is my tag team as a general evaluator. I will be presenting myself again with you all with my evaluation report. Till then, over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karishma and the tag team, for the detailed explanation about what you will be looking at and what we should be doing. So remember to use the word of the day and the idiom of the day. This is something that you can also take it back to your workplaces or your colleges, but practice now. It's posted in the chat. In on you is the pronunciation of the word, which means that it's something to tackle your boredom. So take a look at it and start using it. On that note, let's move ahead. I told you that we have a very interesting segment planned today, and we have our VP education of our club, Toastmaster Hashwant, who is also going to be the panelist moderator for the day. Hashwant, from what I have known him, has played various roles in the district level as well. Very enthusiastic person, somebody who's always there to steer the meeting. I think we vibe somewhere in making sure that the meeting really runs successfully. Very quick at planning things, and today this has been planned on a surprise note as well for all of us. So without further ado, let me call upon our panelist moderator for the day, Toastmaster Hashwant.
Good evening, everyone, my dear fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I am Hashwant, a Bachelor's of Technology final year student at SRK Engineering College. And I'll be moderating a discussion on ethical leadership today. So to kick us off, let me share you a quick story. Imagine two tech startups founded by very recent graduates. The first one was Innotech. It prioritized rapid growth, often at an expense of ethics. The second one was Ethicode. This was committed to ethical leadership from the day one. It leads its members with empathy. When these two companies are working, they both discovered a security flaw on one of their softwares, where Innotech kept kept quiet to protect their funding round that is coming in next week. The Core company immediately notified its users and investors and everyone who are the stakeholders of the company or this action. The result, Inotech's cover-up was exposed very soon, costing them the trust, clients, and also the funding. Where Ethicor, despite of short-term setbacks, emerged as stronger and stronger company, earning the respect of and integrity for their customers. This story highlights why ethical leadership matters in any organization. It's about making principled decisions, fostering integrity, and navigating complex challenges. These skills are very crucial for long-term success of any of the organization. With this in mind, let's welcome our panelists for today. The first one is none other than our Mamata Grace, a multidimensional communications professional with extensive experience in organizational development, change management, project and product management, and talent development. She currently works at Wipro as product owner and leads Hyderabad Toastmasters at Wipro. Let's welcome Mamata with a huge round of applause. Now let me welcome our next panelist is none other than Mr. Ramakant Ditian, a business intelligence leader at State Street with a proven track record in using advanced BI tools to streamline processes and enhance business value. He has also developed deep expertise in project management methodologies. He is currently serving as our district as the district chief judge. He is also known everywhere for his ethical leadership. Let's welcome him onto the virtual stage with a huge round of applause. Now, let me welcome one of my seniors, very close to my heart, our guest, Kopparthi H.S. Bhaskara Sairam, a recent graduate from SRKR Engineering College, currently working as systems engineer at TCS. Previously, he served as Google Developer Student Club lead for SRKR Engineering College, during which he have successfully conducted 11 large-scale events with his team and also organized a GDSC WOW 2024 as key organizer. Let me welcome him onto the virtual stage.
Thank you, Ashwin.
We will explore ethical leadership in both academic and professional settings and how we as Toastmasters can prepare to be ethical leaders. Now, let's delve into our main discussion. My first question was about defining what ethical leadership is. So now let me ask Mamata, as someone, you are someone who trains new leaders. How do you define ethical leadership and what key traits do you try to instill in your trainees?
Well, that's a very interesting question, Hashwant. And very recently, in one of the leadership sessions as well, this was one thing that was on the discussion board. So it's quite interesting. So just to keep it very simple, ethical leadership is about how you manage things on the common ground. A lot of times we are so caught up in the rules and regulations, we end up in getting caught up in so many processes, especially in corporates. It's always about what is the process and what will be the outcome of it that always drives us. But as a leader, the differentiator that you can bring in is about how do you value people for what they are, and eventually that will bring the best out of them. And that is something that you as a leader should first believe in, venturing and also demonstrating that in action, and only then it will be imbibed by the rest of the team. And I always encourage people who are new leaders to experiment with it, not be obsessed with to becoming, not to become a lot of times people tend to focus on, as a leader, people tend to focus on becoming popular. But it's not about being popular, it is about being right that matters. You're on mute, Hashwant.
Thank you so much, Mamata, for bringing one good perspective into the discussion. I think most of us, or else, especially me as a leader, while starting my leadership journey, I started as a positional leader who just came for the position, and then later understood the real purpose of leadership and being at the edge of leading a team. And we have another person who led few teams like me as a student. And Sairama, coming from a student leadership perspective, how do you feel? How does your view of ethical leadership compare to Mamata's view? Has your understanding evolved as you have recently entered this corporate world, or it still remains the same?
Firstly, thank you, Hashwant, and congratulations to the Coastline Toastmasters for achieving this milestone of getting into the 100th meeting. Congratulations to all the members. And while coming to the ethical leadership, there is a transformation between the students' lives and to the corporate world. When we compare both the situations, when we are in the shoes of the students, the perspective or the vision of our leadership will be like there will be a small thing. We compare it with a group of people, a bunch of team that we are working with, and the short-term goals that we want to achieve. But when we enter the corporate world, we will get to know what are the real situations that we should deal with and how the real life matters and what are the different corporate situations that we are going into, and there will be a broader responsibility that we should take up, and there will be different number of opinions that matters in our way, and also the practical realities and the idealism of other people matters in our decisions when it comes to our corporate real life world. And also the other thing is transparency and accountability are the two major things which really matters, which makes a big difference when it compared to the student life and also the corporate world. These are the major changes that I observed as a initial entry when I am entering in the corporate world from the student life. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sairama, for also bringing very good points and comparing your corporate lifestyle and also leading as a student. So I think the points that you have mentioned has a lot of deep information in them, like transparency and accountability. And most of the organizations or any of, for example, our Toastmasters, even our Toastmasters always run with a core values called as integrity, respect, service, and excellence, where integrity comes first. And I feel these kind of core values like transparency and accountability to the organization makes the leader or a team member also a leader in a long run and make them grow as a leader, I feel. And we have one of the experienced person in the corporate world too. So Ramakant, are your views about ethical leadership are same, or do you have any other perspective to add?
Hey, thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. Ethical leadership, as Mamata said and Sairama said, it is all similar. Ethically, you have to be right. So when you are ethically have to be right, you must know what is the organization is expecting from you, being a person first. Forget about the leader, forget about your position. Are you a project manager? Are you a CEO? Or for that matter, you are just an entry level employee of the company. Your job is to follow the rules as is. I just wanted to make one statement before I hand over it to Ashwant that if 1,000 people are following a wrong path, it never becomes a right path. If one person is following a right path and not everybody is appreciating it, it never becomes a wrong path. It's still the path is right. and that is followed by everybody. Because we often listen this kind of a follow from a lot of people, especially if you are in Hyderabad or any of the metropolitan cities. If somebody is following one path, especially two-wheelers, and if a police get caught, if you get caught by a police, there's like, sir, everybody else is going. That doesn't mean that you are supposed to go there. You must follow the rule as a rule, process as a process, policy as a policy, no matter how many members are following it or not. You as a person should follow it. Over to you, Ashwath.
Thank you so much. Uh, yeah, Ramakant, the things that you have mentioned, like while taking up this moderator role, I have researched a lot about ethical frameworks and ethical leadership. So while uh, searching about these kind of things, I have a question. How do we say something is ethical or unethical? So what would be your idea on it? How do you define if something is ethical or unethical? For example, there might be many kinds of approaches. What you have said, we must follow a rule as it is, and I feel like if there might be this kind of approach, as I studied, it is called as deontological approach, and we also had an approach called as utilitarian approach. So in the utilitarian approach, I am also a fan of Star Trek. Star Trek. So in Star Trek, Spock says needs of many is always overweighted by needs of some or needs of one. So if something is making some value to many people and harming a very few people, then it will be ethically right according to utilitarian perspective. So,
Right.
what are your views about this kind of perspective, Ramakant?
All right. See, I'll not delve a lot of details into a utilitarian or the dentarian, but the only thing is, we as in corporates, once you up in the ladder, just as a being a team leader or a manager, you always have to follow ethical decision making. That's the must a person should have, or a person must have. What I mean in the ethical decision making is nothing but, see, every company does have their own policies. I worked in TCS for 7 long years, and I cannot go back to State Street now and say that, like, no, this was not the rule in TCS. Boss, you moved out of a company which has a lot of policies, rules defined for their company employees. But State Street does have their own company employees, employees for the employees policies. So you must follow what is your company is expecting you to do as a person. Straight number one. So to exemplify this with you are an Indian landed in America, and you are an Indian landed in Europe, and you know pretty much how to drive. But is it the same you're doing it in America, Europe, and India? For sure not. So the same applies when you are in a different corporates. But what to take, how to react is the individual choice. How should I be ethically correct? Simple example, very recently, before this monsoon season, we have experienced a heavy traffic jams, especially traveling, the people who travels from Kukatpalli Housing Board to High Tech City, well aware of the situation. We have experienced heavy traffic jams because of the flyover construction and everything in the Hyderabad. So no matter how much early you start, you're always stuck in traffic, and you will not reach Hyderabad. You will not reach your office on time, especially on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, because Monday and Friday you have a free days in the traffic because people won't come to office. But I find that there's a huge traffic jam, and though it is not monsoon season, there was a heavy rainfall. So I knew that. I've opened up my Google Maps, and I've seen that how is the traffic, and it is taking 1.5 hours. to reach office. It's just 7 kilometers. My home is very pretty much near to my office, but still it is taking 1.5 hours. So what I did was, instead of me spending that 1.5 hours, I took a U-turn and I went back. I logged in and I sent a message to my boss that I'll be remote today to save time so that I can invest this time in other parts of my life, especially in the day. My manager said, "Good job. I am also wanted to drop it because we both stay in the same locality." He also stayed back at home and then he started taking up all the calls. So ethically, you should know what is right and what is wrong. Nobody is going to teach you because you're 21 plus. Simple. My answer is, I know it is a little longer, but it's as is.
Thank you, Ramakant. Mamata, you have any other perspectives to add?
Yeah, I think just to add on to what Ramakant has mentioned, it reminds me of a quote somewhere that I've read. I don't know in which management book I've read that. But it says, if you think you're right, you're right. If you think you're wrong, you're still right. Which means your gut says it sometimes, right? When you know that this is not the right thing to do. A lot of times when new hires come into the company, the first thing they are told in the induction is, do not discuss your salary with your colleague, because each of them is offered a package based on their ability, based on their performance in the interview, and they are specifically told this not to. But if I ask any of the new joiners that are in the room who've just started their work life, has a discussion happened when you were in a chai or a coffee break? I am sure 100% it would have happened. Especially for those of you who have been hired through campuses, there is an absolute group discussion that happens widely, if I'm not wrong. I remember once when I went to SRKR college in Bhimavaram. I finished the campus interview. We've rolled out a couple of offers. I just wanted to take a quick walk and finish a couple of calls. When I was going right under the tree, especially the ones whom I have hired, were openly discussing about how much did you get, how much did Wipro offer, how much did TCS offer, how much did Infosys offer. And I'm standing right there and I'm like, well, this is what it is. And I don't blame them for it. They will learn that eventually. And that is what is important. Sometimes you're told not to do, but you might want to discuss it. But again, it tells you that this is not the right thing. And why is that not the right thing? It can influence somebody's decision, and sometimes it can lead to impulsive choices which might not be the right choices. What I mean by that is, you might go by the choice of your friends at that point in time, which cannot be sustainable for you because your needs are different, your capability is different, and your ability to perform at a workplace will be very different. And an interviewer has the job of looking at that and offering what's the best deal over there. So that is one example that I could think of, because I see a lot of new people who've joined their workplaces, and there are so many examples like that, right? And it's not just limited to workplace. In our daily lives as well, there are so many instances, and we don't have a rule book on how do we want to lead our lives. We can't say that, talking rudely to somebody is right or wrong. Maybe the situation that led us to it, we tend to justify ourselves by saying that at this point in time I did it right because they were behaving like that. But you also need to know what is your line of control, right? And what is right. So leadership is not limited to a workplace or whatever you handle. I think it is something that you imbibe, the way you carry yourself as an individual, and that should be your tagline, right? That should be your branding by itself. I think the way you introduced Ramakant, when you said he's one of the ethical leaders that I've come across, so he's created that brand for himself already. And how is that possible? He wouldn't have defined it for his name. The way he carried himself, the way he handled certain things, or the way he represented Toastmasters in forums made him showcase that skill to the larger group. And that is what ethical leadership is. And that is how you determine what's the difference between what's ethical and what is unethical.
That brings me to a small conclusion for this question. What is ethical and what is unethical can be found by experiences, and also the previous leaders that we come across and experiences of them could also be instilled on us in understanding what is ethical and what is unethical. So I have a question for Sairama. Sairama, you led a student team despite many setbacks. Can you share a few challenging situations you faced and how you maintained an ethical stance in such situation?
Uh, yeah, in any leadership, all of us will be facing some setbacks during any organizing of events or any decision making things and all. But apart from that, we need to act, as Mamata and Ramakant sir said, uh, acting according to the situation gives us the right thing to do, which makes us to deal with the ethical and unethical things. And some of the situations, like you have been a part of our team during the GDSC hackathons and all, where we dealt with some of the issues, and during where like up to my experience, when there is any difficulties that I have faced during the events and all, I would like to discuss with my teammates and what is the right thing to do, like what are the things that we can achieve at that time of point with our resources and all. And discussing with my teammates gave me one of the uh, power to handle those situations effectively, and also ethically, which made us to be here now. And yeah, apart from setbacks, ethical leadership is something which Mamata and Ramakant sir said before. Those what we can say, those steps can lead us to evaluate ourselves and the experience. Even after every event that I conducted in our college, after every event I would like to evaluate myself, what are the things that went wrong and what are the things that went right. Because not only evaluating the things which are went wrong, but also evaluating the things which went right will give us that boost up to encourage ourselves to make the next event to be in a better manner. And also evaluating the things which went wrong is also the one thing that we all do in our daily life basis also, to correct ourselves and lead our life in a very better manner. So those things will help us, and also not only leadership in a particular event or a decision makes us a perfect person, but also in our life also we should be able to take our decisions ethically in some situations. So that thing matters in. And also those in that type of, I somewhat I can put it as I cleared those setbacks and went through. So what are you, Ashwin?
You definitely cleared those all setbacks. I feel we have another solution for finding what is ethical and unethical here. An open dialogue with stakeholders always will get us to a point where we can decide if the thing that the decision that we are making would be ethical or unethical to the organization. So adding more perspectives, experiences of different people will also get us understand about ethical leadership. So with that in place, Ramakant, as you are a part of a corporate organization, you are known for aligning business goals while maintaining strong ethics. This is a combination that we can't see everywhere. And can you share an example of how you balanced these potentially conflicting priorities, perhaps similar to situation of Ethicor and our the story that I have told in the opening?
Understood totally. So I don't want to bring in a lot of jargons what we corporate people usually use, because they have a lot of jargons. But to put it in a very simple words. So say for example, if Mamata is already a PhD doctorate and she wants to continue her studies furthermore to research more on it. And also she has a project to carry on, and also she has a family to take care of it, and she's also a part of a Toastmasters. So if I ask Mamata, how do you manage yourself, the only answer what I get from the experienced people is I prioritize. any experienced member, if you go and talk to, especially in the corporate world, they says, I prioritize. So this is the one beautiful mantra I always tell to anybody, especially when I go for a TED talk or when I meet people from the college. I always tell them, you need to understand what is priorities for yourself. My way of priorities is different from your way of priorities, and your way of priorities is different from the other person. Now, coming to a corporate, this put it in a business stakeholders in line. I always go with the priorities. While in priorities, we weigh the projects, we weigh the business, we weigh the stakeholders with the similarities. If I have 5 people budget coming from one business, and if I have 50 people budget coming from one business, if I have 150 budget coming from one business, these are still a business people. These are still a clients to me. These are still the stakeholders to me. These are still the priorities to me. But only one thing is the different environments we have. I'm going little technical, but I really wanted to avoid technicalities. So we have different environments. The environments are a development environment, UAT, and the production DR. So the priority here is which business is doing a production is my priority, not the 150, 55. No. The business which is doing a production releases is a priority to me. The business which has a production bugs is a priority to me. The business which has these things is a priority to me, because if something happens in the production, I have a lot of end users to take care of it, not the stakeholders to take care of it, a lot of end users to take care of it. So my priorities changes with a large scale end users, not the large scale business I'm getting from the business. So this is one thing what we always prioritize. Second thing, in your question, how do I prioritize my things? You all know I'm now continuing my studies again. I become a student again after 15 years. Don't ask me how am I managing. Is it like a really big thing? I never knew IIM has this big syllabus to finish. Uh, just to say one thing, I have exam tomorrow. To finish one exam, you need to refer or study 7 textbooks. In all my BTech, if I finish all 7 exams, one book that is called as all-in-one. That's enough for you to finish the exam. But here it is the reverse case. So as you are a person, as you're growing, I just want to bring that point. I want to close the loops because I'm an evaluator. I always look for the loop closing in the speeches. So I want to close the loop. While you grow as a person, while you're doing or learning something, you always see that, okay, why am I doing this? What is in it for me? As we are 2021s, we never thought of this thing. Well, in the BTech, okay, what happens if I don't read this particular subject, this particular chapter? But while you grow, you always see that what is in the BRD, the business requirement document, what happens if I don't provide this feature? Why this feature is required for the client? What happens if I put another idea to a business that, okay, this feature can be developed by this way, maybe they appreciate, or maybe you're going in a different approach. So all in all, while you are reading 7 textbooks to finish the exam, that is again your priority. What priority you're giving it to that? You as a person giving a priority to one business at that point in time is important, because which is really important in the high priority as in the corporate world. And on a whole, as a person, what is important for you is also important. A lot of the times, especially the students, this is especially the students, they come back to me and says like, sir, we have a lot of assignments, lot of exams, lot of internal, external, lot of clubs, everything is going on. I don't know what am I doing in the college. My answer to all of them, maybe you have a different answers to them. My answers to all of them is like, dude, don't worry about your girlfriend. Don't worry about your fights with the friends. Don't worry what is happening in the college clubs. you are forgetting why are you in the college first place? What is your primary goal? Why are you in the college? To learn and to focus on the attendance, to focus on the syllabus. People forget this one piece of beautiful concept, like why am I in the college? And they focus everything else. I just like shift your focus, shift your priorities to why are you paying the fees? You ended up paying in 2 lakhs, 1.5 lakhs in SRKR college or Geetam college. It is 2.5 lakhs. I don't know. And if you go to the other colleges, it's more than that. If you ask me, IIM, how much they are charging for a 2-year MBA graduation program, it is 30 lakhs. So you're paying a lot of fees to learn. So attendance is important. Being in the class is important. Learning that subject is important. Focusing on that subject is important. These clubs are all of add-ons. It adds a lot of flavor to your learning. But these add-ons become a main ingredient, and the main ingredient is vanished. So be ethically right. Why are you here for? What are you doing for? Then you will everything fall in place. Sorry, I took a lot of long time, but please handing over back to Ashwant.
Thank you so much, Ramakant. You have answered my following questions also with your speech. And Mamta, I would like to ask a concluding note from you about what other strategies do you recommend as an young professionals or young Toastmasters like us to develop our ethical leadership skills?
I think there's a very, very simple mantra to it, something that I have learned the hard way. But yeah, a simple mantra to it is doing the right thing even when nobody is watching you. If you can do that, you have nailed ethical leadership. Very difficult to live up to it. Very easy to say it. It's a very simple, easy word that I'm using, but very, very difficult to lead. A lot of times, especially in this age and time when you have so many options, it's very easy to get swayed by it. But what's important to understand is if you think that your step will not if you can evaluate the consequences that your step will have, and if you can do the right thing even when nobody is watching you, your integrity is intact, you have nailed ethical leadership. Some of us are still learning that, but yeah, I think it's I think I'll just sum it up with that statement.
Thank you so much, Mamata. This panel discussion had been truly very informational and very knowledgeable. I feel like as we conclude, I ask and request every leader of our Toastmasters community to be ethical leaders like the story that I have mentioned as the CEO of Ethicore company. So if we could be someone as ethical as him, and also all the points that we have discussed, if we could impart in our lives could be, I might not say it would be easier or simpler, but it would be the best. We could inspire more people to be like us, and the world would be beautiful. And thank you so much, our panelists, for very valuable insights, and my fellow Toastmasters for uh, engagement. I now would like to open the floor for questions from my fellow Toastmasters. Please raise your hand if you have any questions to our panelists. Are there any questions, or shall I conclude the session? I hope our panelists have already answered the questions that were prepared by our members during our panel discussion, and that gives us a good win of our panel discussion today. So now let me close the our panel discussion by thanking our amazing, well experienced panelists who are also very good ethical leaders. Thank you so much for your valuable insights and valuable time. And to my fellow Toastmasters, thank you so much for your engagement. This concludes our panel discussion on ethical leadership. And back to the modern master of ceremonies, Toastmaster Mamata.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hashwant. That was a beautiful discussion that we've had over there. A lot of insights from Sairam, our visiting club member for today, and also DTM Ramakant. Thank you for sharing your insights. And I hope the rest of you enjoyed. So, this is one snippet of what our learning has been through not just our workplace, but primarily working with Toastmasters. It is not a structured way of leadership in Toastmasters. There are a lot of challenges, but that is the beauty about it. We learn along the way, which helps us take those lessons back to our workplaces as well. Now, after our panel discussion, we move to the regular segment of Toastmasters. We have one of the Toastmasters who's ready to deliver her speech from a strategic relationship level 5 project 2, Toastmaster Shrija. But before I call on to Toastmaster Shrija, I would like to invite her evaluator, Toastmaster Hashwant, to read out what are the evaluation parameters listed for her level of speech.
Good evening again, fellow Toastmasters. I am Toastmaster Hashwant. Today, my target speaker, Toastmaster Srija, is performing her level 5 project to lead, and the project title is Leading in Your Volunteer Organization. And the purpose of this speech was for a member to apply the skills needed to successfully lead in a volunteer organization, and also to share some of the aspects of his or her experience serving as a leader in this volunteer organization. I hope my target speaker will perform very greatly on the stage today. And over to the moderator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hashwant, for reading out the evaluation segment. Before I announce the topic, Toastmaster Shrija, can we do a quick audio and video check?
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you're audible and visible. Timer, are you ready?
Is my timer bigger?
Can you see the timer cards, Shrija? Okay. Hashwant, are you displaying them at your background?
1 second, I'm doing that.
Sure, yeah.
I hope my screen is visible.
It's visible to me. Toastmaster Shrija, can you confirm?
Yeah, I can.
All right, so I will add you to the allow to multi-pin so that you are also displayed. All right, so Toastmaster Shrija, chaos to calm Toastmaster Shrija.
Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. And firstly, congratulations for this 100th meeting milestone. And quick question before I start. How many of you have served as Vice President Education in your term? Can I just have a raise of hands? All right. Well, I see a few hands and I hope I can relate in my speech. So let me take you back to the moment that I was chosen as Vice President Education at Toastmasters CBIT. It was like someone handed me the keys of a car without any driving lessons. I mean, I was confident, but inside I was like, how hard can it be? I mean, it's just public speaking and organizing stuff, right? Piece of cake. Spoiler alert, it was not a piece of cake, not even a piece of muffin. My journey as Vice President Education started from a place of utter chaos. And when I say chaos, I mean the kind where you're looking around thinking, did anyone actually bring the agenda? Are we winging this? Am I supposed to wing this? Let's just say my transition from chaos to calm took a bit longer than I anticipated. Now, let's talk about my leadership style. Everyone has a leadership style. Some people are natural born leaders. Then there's me, with my overly kind and way too understanding style. You know the type, right? The one who tries to make everybody happy, and then I'm juggling more emotions than actual tasks. I try to make everybody comfortable and happy and achieve their goals. I think I got the achieve their goals part, but I'm not sure about comfortable and happy. Well, at the end, I was basically running a Toastmasters daycare. I'd be there. It's okay if you don't show up for your meeting, just take care. The worst part is that I genuinely understood that they can't make it because they have a life outside Toastmasters. So I wasn't even mad or upset. I had no choice but to blame the situations and not the people. There were times when I organized meetings with very few attendees. And by few, I mean I could count the number of people on my one hand. I made my mission to ensure everyone's goals were met. Now, let me share a life changing lesson that hit me right around the time my brain was going. Error 404, patients not found. You cannot please everyone. I mean, you can try, but believe me, I tried. I bent over, backwards, sideways, diagonally to make everybody happy. But they'd still say, but we didn't break a spine though. It was at that point I realized you can't win them all, no matter how kind, understanding, and Oprah like you try to be. But despite the chaos, there was one thing that always pulled me back from the brink of total meltdown: my amazing team. First up, my president, Toastmaster Mamta. She was amazing, super calm and cool under pressure. If it was a movie, she would be the cool, corrected action hero, walking away in slow motion as there are explosions happening in the background. Well, I'm the one in the corner, frantically googling how to not lose your mind as vice president education. And of course, the other vice presidents, Kavya and Mahati, absolutely phenomenal. They were my support system, my co-conspirators, and my fellow survivors in this beautifully chaotic journey. I tried to write what I'd be without them, but I couldn't even imagine. They kept me grounded, motivated, and sane. Well, mostly sane. Then there were my incredible club members. Almost all of them, especially Vinutna, Shrina, Rayan, Adit, Karen. Oh my god, I can't name them all of them. These are the people who would show up even when life was throwing curveballs at them. They made the meetings worth it. And all of these people are not just members of my club. Now these are my dear friends who I can count on. And the biggest shift in my journey from chaos to calm wasn't just about organizing meetings or contests or getting through the agenda without wanting to cry. It was about understanding boundaries. So here's the thing: being kind and understanding is great. But if you bend too much, people will start expecting you to tie yourself into a jalebi to accommodate them. And after too many jalebi shaped days, I realized it's okay to say no. It's okay to set expectations, to hold people accountable, and not to take responsibilities for their missing laptop chargers or goldfish run. Let's face it, some people are going to find a way to be unhappy no matter how much you do for them. I learned that instead of trying to make everyone happy, I need to focus on doing my best and not lose my mind in the process. In the end, my time as vice president education was a crash course in everything. It was a masterclass in leadership, patience, and problem solving, and figuring out how to keep my cool while the world was on fire. But the most rewarding part, the growth, the friendships, and the realizations that I was capable of leading through chaos and coming out mostly calm on the other side. So, what did I learn? You can't please everyone, but you can laugh at yourself. You can be kind, but don't forget to set boundaries. And most importantly, when the meetings are small and the chaos is too large, just remember you're not alone. You've got an amazing team by your side. And if everything fails, just fake it till you make it. At least it worked out for me. So, thank you, Masters. That's been my.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shrija. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Shrija for attempting her Project 2 Level 5. Okay, so we move on to the next exciting segment that we have planned for today. At the beginning, some of you didn't join us, but I was telling there is a man of surprises in our club. And that man of surprises is here to surprise us again. To start with, he's exceptionally well dressed today. And it took me some time to recognize him as well. Not that he doesn't, but usually not the kind that we would witness here. So I think he's trying to appear like he would cost an arm and a leg. And I'm just trying to scroll up to see if I'm using it right. So Govind, I think that's very apt for you today. Toastmaster Govind, our entertainer of the club. There's never a day that he fails to entertain us with memes and very spontaneous memes after the meeting, through the meeting, and whenever the club is at rest, he tries to bring in his flavor into it. And of course, if you check out his Insta channel as well, lots happening there. But today he's come up as a stand-up comedian for us. I'm excited to see Toastmaster Govind in action. Over to you, Toastmaster Govind.
Thank you so much, my mentor and Toastmaster Mamta. I never expected that a 100th meeting would be a meeting of surprise where I will be performing this stand-up comedy session. I did perform once in one event in Visakhapatnam in one Toastmasters contest, which was held in area level, I guess. But things didn't go well. So I'm kind of a little bit of scared, but still, since this is 100th meeting and I know you guys, and those I don't know, I know I won't see them. So there is my confidence point. With that, without fear, I'll just see what I can do. So when I was told by Toastmaster Hashwan that I'll be given a slot and I can do this session, as Mamta said, I am a very spontaneous person. I'm known for my comic sense of humor because I was spontaneous. I have never prepared anything and spoke before like this occasion. So when this panel discussion was happening, I was preparing at that point of time. I also tried to prepare earlier in the morning by watching Rajshekhar Mamudarada's videos. Well, how did I prepare? I just laughed. I didn't prepare anything. I was thinking of the points to say, and Ramakant sir was telling those topics like traffic and exams. And later I was talking about ethical leadership. So whatever points I was going to say, they are connecting towards ethical leadership. So I was like, okay, let me discuss them with you right now. I hope my session is not inuit and it will be interesting. I would like to start with the age when I was like 4 to 5 years old when I was in Gujarat. I go out to play and there was a wire, an electrical wire which was metallic. It was like a spinning wire on the street. I just hold that wire and one small cut was created. When I went home, the first reaction of my parents was, they asked me, Kukka karsinda. It means, did dog bite you? Since I was a young boy, I had no idea what they were saying. I was like, I was nodding my head like this. And immediately they grabbed my hands and immediately took me to the hospital. 4 people, everyone, like as if I'm being kidnapped, they are holding me. I was struggling to, escape from them. And they are going to give me injection and they did give me injection. What kind of ethical leadership is this? I don't know. Maybe there's lack of communication skills. How many of you have experienced real dog bite? Is there anyone who has been a victim of dog bite? Okay, I don't see any reactions. I guess all of you are lucky. Coming to 4th standard, when I was in Bangalore. Okay, I see raise of hands. Okay, he's with me. Good. There's a stray dog in my gully. I was playing with my friends. The dog was in front of us and we had to walk. We were scared of that dog. I was like, let me take the initiative and walk first. I was thinking with the logic that if I don't do anything to that dog and walk silently, it will not hurt me. Then I walked. I took the first move. I wanted to show my friends how brave I am. Then the dog ran towards me and bit my leg behind my knee. there was a crack behind my knee. It bit and went off. And all my friends saw me and were laughing. How embarrassing moment that was. When I went to my parents to express this, my friends were making fun of me and were imitating my walking style to explain my parents. He was walking like this, very stylishly. Dog came and bit and went. Again, what kind of ethical leadership did I show? I was thinking all this when the discussion was happening. So I was connecting that way. I was all good. It's dog's perspective. Dog was unethical. We can't do anything. Just because dog has bitten me, I can't go and bite the dog, no, to show its own flavor. So this can be my ethical leadership that I didn't bite the dog back. But there is a real incident I've seen in Instagram that one snake has bitten one man in UP, and then the same man has bitten back the snake 5 times, and the snake died. That's scary. That's unethical leadership, I would say. Going forward, there comes the topic of exams. It was BTech final year. I had failed in one subject. That was my last exam. Second semester, all subjects are over. My final supplementary subject, it's called as digital signal processing. It's known as a rod subject, difficult subject, and I had to clear that because it's my final exam. I completed my final exam, and that's the right time to finish the exams. So what I did was, we used to write exams in another college. So it was in Kids Divili. I hope anyone knows Divili location, they'll have idea. My place, we have the sheet outside that in which bench your place will be. I checked that my place was in the last bench. So I went to the last bench and I thought by hook or crook, I have to clear this exam. So I started writing all the important points and formulas on the bench so that once I get the answer sheet, I can refer the bench and copy. The moment I got the answer sheet was placed in the next bench, not in the bench where I have written the stuff. Of course, that's unethical leadership. But here I would say you how ethical I was. In MS Dhoni movie, when Dhoni was demotivated, a senior person would motivate him and say, whenever you get a spin ball, you play like this. Whenever you get a pace ball, you play like this. In life, whatever ball it throws you, you hit the shot accordingly. Same way, whatever knowledge I had in my mind, whatever questions they give, I try to present it in a proper way. And somehow I cleared the exam. Here, I would like to show ethical leadership. Even though I was unethical, based on the consequence, ethically I cleared the exam. That was a good experience. One more point was that I thought in this session, I'll be roasting everyone. I wanted to be a roast master. If I do that, the 100th milestone meeting would be turning to a tombstone meeting and no one will join the Toastmasters meeting again. But anyway, going forward, I'm in Bangalore right now. How many of you have been to Bangalore? Can we see any raise of hands? Okay. So Bangalore is famous in Instagram for road rage. I had my first road rage a few months back. I had to cross the road on the other side of the road. There was a main road coming in between. So there's a gap between a car and an auto. So I quickly slid through in that gap. And immediately the auto driver screamed at me. And when I was crossing by, I just processed in my mind, wait a minute. Did he just scream at me and I turned back? That was my first road rage experience in Bengaluru. Then I looked back and I was like, what's your problem, man? In English only I said, it was spontaneous. Then he was like murmuring silently and he left. I felt like exactly like a stray dog that doesn't bite, it keeps barking. That was my experience there. Again, I showed ethical leadership by not shouting back at him. And then, any one of you owns a vehicle here, a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler? Do you feel proud of owning that vehicle when you take it out? You feel satisfied, right? You keep flexing it. Same way, I'm a single guy. and I took my Royal Enfield Himalayan bike and drove in Bangalore. I was in this area called Church Street. It's a very famous street of having market, and we have a lot of youth going around in that place. There's a electrical moped which you can rent on app. And when I was flexing with my Himalayan riding, I saw at my right, there's a moped which is ideal for one person. A couple was riding there. I was a proud single flexing my Himalayan. The moment I saw them, I was like heartbroken. I was like questioning my whole existence. I'm a single guy happily riding. And seeing the couples, I was feeling jealous because in a small moped, they both are sitting and riding together. I was jealous of them. I was questioning my whole existence in my life. What am I doing? What's the point of all this? Look at them. They're having a nice time. Where am I? But anyway, life goes on. I'll show myself some ethical leadership and move according to the consequences and do the right thing. The idiom of the day says, cost me an arm and a leg. I have an incident to share where it costed me an arm and leg. I always eat food from outside in hotel. Day before yesterday, I ordered a masala dosa. I love masala dosa because it's good here. I saw the chef. The batter for dosa was in one huge container. And you know how he was mixing the batter? He put his hand to this level and he is mixing it. I was like, if I get any health problem, it will cost me an arm, man. How can I eat it? Going forward, I'm not going to eat that again. Masala dosa in the outside. If anyone prepares at home, yes, I'll go ahead. What about costing a leg? I just saw a video of that. How pav is prepared. In pav bhaji, the pav bun is there, right? They prepare by stamping that that maida or whatever is used to prepare the bun. Huge ball of maida, size of a drum. They stamp it. They keep stamping it. Again, I had pav bhaji a few days back. Stomach was just upset. If my health condition was so serious, then it would definitely cost me an arm and a leg. With this, I conclude that I show ethical leadership going forward, taking my knowledge from this session. And thank you so much. Over to Toastmaster Mamta.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Govind. While you held yourself back from roasting, you still did some part of it. We'll have a conversation later. But thank you so much for entertaining us. It was really nice to see your experiences and how you try to connect the dots with us with the session today. Good job done. Keep it up. And we hope to see you in action more often. Well, now the Inuit session of Toastmasters begins, where everybody knows the pattern of it. One of the exciting parts of the Toastmaster segment is the table topic segment. We have a very own Datta all set to enthrall us with some topics. And I encourage all of you to participate. It is not just limited to the club members. Anybody can take up a topic and speak about it with a time limit of 2 minutes tops. So 1.5 minute with a grace period of 30 seconds. So over to you, Toastmaster Dattasai.
Yeah, thank you, Mamata. So, a very warm good evening. After a very, very long time, I have sit comfortably in a Toastmaster meeting. I mean, every time it was a hurry for me to do things, but today I'm very, 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 very relaxed and very hyper energetic. And so that's why I've created some interesting questions. And my introduction was also being told by our Mamta. So I will ask you a question. You have 30 seconds grace time. Try to think and analyze, construct, and then deliver your speech. So who's going to be my volunteer and who's going to try? Ashwant. Ashwant,
Yeah,
can you try?
I would definitely be a volunteer, but we have few guests. I think you can also call them.
Galal Jaki, is my pronunciation correct? Yeah. Hi.
Hello. Hi. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, very warm welcome to our club. And
Thank
are
you.
you there? Yeah, I think your signal is low.
May I see the timer?
Ashwant, the timer.
Ashwant. Okay.
Yeah, yes, timer. Yeah, it's okay. How can I pronounce your name? So,
Galal, you can call me G if you like.
okay, Galalji. Select a number from 1 to 7.
Sorry?
Select a number for 1 to 7. So based on that, I will pick up a question for you.
Choose a number 1 to 7?
Yeah, 1 to 7.
Okay. 7 is my lucky number.
Yeah, right. 7. Yeah, Galal, you are in office. Galal, I will tell you a scenario and tell me how would you react to
Can I
that.
see the topic in typing?
It was.
Sorry, can I see it in the?
I'll type it, Datta. You announce the topic. I'll type it in the chat.
Okay.
The chat.
You announce the topic, Datta. I'm typing it.
Okay. You are in your office, then your manager sees you sleeping. How would you react? I repeat the question again.
Can you raise your, yeah. Okay,
You
I'm
are
in my
your,
office.
Yeah, you are in your office. You are suddenly fallen asleep, and then your manager sees you. How would you
I'm
react?
doing what?
You are sleeping. You are asleep.
You are in your office, your manager notices you asleep. How do you react?
Yeah, that's.
Thank you, Data, for this wonderful topic that's going to get me out of my annual mood and spend an arm and leg to make my manager happy. Hi, I'm sorry. I fainted because I was overwhelmed with our mission and vision statements. I couldn't believe how we were going to achieve our aims and how we have smart-ass objectives, specific, measurable, appropriate, realistic, relevant, targeted, time-bound, ambitious, scary, and satisfying. Oh, I couldn't believe myself the way you put us in this wonderful situation where we would really do everything to make our company succeed. Again, to do an equity seal program for women. I did one under the auspices of the King of Jordan, and equal rights for equal women. Women make up half the population, and they bring up the other half. So what are we talking about? Equal women. Again, your company's doing corporate social responsibility programs. Instead of giving money to people and harming them, they're teaching them something, and at the same sustainable and long live, because they also make money out of it, but they help people, and it's more honorable to get them to work than to get them to go and take money from you. And because sometimes, as Hamlet said to his mother who married his father's murderer, sometimes you have to be cruel only to be kind. So yes, thank you so much for waking me up. But I also was dreaming of how to take our company forward, and that no excuses, the way we have in driving in Egypt. They call us land of IBM. Inshallah, Bukra Malish, you have IST in India. Thank you. Back to you, Data. Thank you for taking me to NU.
That was really wonderful answer, Kalal. It was your manager will be very pleased to hear those. So we have another volunteer, E.T. Ilos.
Please don't take Bala, because he scares me to death. I always go to the toilet when Bala speaks.
Okay.
Oh, is it me, Ilios?
Yeah, I think Elias is the one who messaged in the chat. Can I go next? So
Look at look at the TM kalau. What's happening to him?
yeah, Elias, select a number from 1 to 6.
6.
Yeah. Kalal, Elias, you have gone to a restaurant and you have eaten something, but at the end you have realized that there was no wallet in your pocket.
Can you repeat once?
You have gone to a restaurant and ate at the restaurant, and then at the end, during the bill, you have realized that your wallet is missing.
Okay. Am I audible and visible before I start? Okay, good. Thank you, Mamata, for helping me. Okay.
Yes.
La la. I really enjoy today. Today is great day, and let's go to the restaurant. Well, I'm talking to myself that I want to order complete set of meal. Well, first, of course, appetizer. The appetizer should be great to open my dinner. And then the main course, of course. It may cost an arm and a leg, of course, because that's the main course. Yeah. And the dessert. I would like to order the delicious one. And then I ordered all of this. I went to the restaurant and went to the what we call it, stewardess or restaurant helper come to me and took on my order. Sir, you ordered this, this, and this? I said, yes, yes, and yes. Okay, then I ate it all. You may know the ending of the story. I forgot to put on the wallet into my lovely trousers. But no worries! We are living in the digital era. Now we are having e-wallet. Nah, nah. If you are expecting me to begging to someone to give me some money to pay or washing all of those dishes, nah. E-wallet to the rescue. So ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, I'm not promoting any e-wallet platform here, but make sure that you have your own e-wallet. Be ready before you go to restaurant. Because if you're not ready, don't go to restaurant. Go cook yourself. Okay? Back to you, DTM.
Yeah, thank you, Elos. Yeah, we cooked ourselves. So now let me go on to our next volunteer, Cosma Bala. Select a number from 1 to 5.
Am I audible and visible?
You are not visible, but you are audible.
5. I'm not visible, is it?
Yeah, yes, it was. Yeah,
Hello, can you confirm I'm not visible?
yeah, you are. There was a glitch, I think, so you can modify.
We can see you, Bala, but I think your
Okay.
voice is breaking up a bit. We can see you now.
Okay, my request will be, can you give this topic to someone? I'll take the next topic.
Sure, yeah.
I'll just
Yeah, sure. So Datta, pick somebody else, and
try to.
probably Bala can fix his microphone in the meantime, and we can
Okay.
call out to him after.
Shreya Naidu, will you try?
Me?
Yeah, yes, you are.
Oh, okay. Give me a topic.
Select a number from 1 to 5.
Before that, I just want to, I was very eager to talk to Mamata and Govind, but they were looking very serious. So I decided I'll talk to them in the networking session. But I am an Nets Toastmaster. I was a Nets Toastmaster in Coastline. It's very nice to see you all have 100th meeting. Poor Hashwant begged me to join this meeting. So I decided I started my journey from this club. So I'll definitely attend 100 meeting too. So, okay,
It's
give me
lovely to see you, Shreya, and
Yeah.
we'll be more than thrilled to welcome you back.
Yeah. Hashwan has told me, he's like, join karo akka, please. Okay, he'll think about it. Bichara table topics master is waiting. Go ahead, Datta. TM Datta.
Yeah, select number from 1 to 5.
9.
1 to 5.
Well, okay, my bad. I'm so sorry. 9 is my go-to number, so that's why I just don't listen the other numbers. I'll just go with 9. 3.
Yeah, it was very weird question, but you are wake up and there was a tail at your back. How would you react?
Okay, you can start the timer. If I woke up one day and if I had a tail at my back, I don't think I am in the real world. I think that I I think I was in the wizarding world because something unusual or something supernatural only happens in the magical world, right? So I assume right now, I will assume that I'm at Hogwarts. So if I have a tail at my back, that means I'm not a human. So I'm a creature. So I want to be Dobby. So if you did not watch Harry Potter, Dobby is a small cute creature that is kind of like a maid, a domestic helper, and he's only free when you give him a sock. So if I had a tail at my back, I will not be a good Dobby, okay? Dobby was a very nice person. Shriya is not a nice person. So she will go to her masters and she will troll them. She will do things very badly. If they tell me to do some work, clean the dishes or something, I'll screw it up. I'll do a terrible job at anything they give me so that they fire me. And the more socks Dobby gets, he becomes happier. So I'll go out to different people and I'll fail terribly, and they'll give me a lot of socks, and I'll become the master of all the socks, right? I'll be the best domestic creature, domestic helper in the visiting world. Who has all the socks wins, right? So I'm happy to have a tail at my back, because having a tail at my back means that I am actually winning, even though
I'm losing this game of being better domestic helper. So that is my take on this.
Yeah. I thought you are very soft and kind, but you are.
Toastmaster
No
Datta,
one
sorry,
from ex-Toastmasters from Coastline, no one is soft and kind, okay? I don't know what mask Govind and Mamta are wearing, but no one from past, they're all chichore only.
Oh, okay. I think Mamta is also very strict. Right? I thought she was very, very soft, and I will take note of
Meet
it.
her in person. Meet her in person.
Yeah.
I just wanted to check if I'm audible and visible now.
Yes, much better, Bala.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, select a number from 1 to 5 except 3.
5.
Yeah, Bala. You are bathing peacefully, then water ran out. You are showering, and then water ran out. How would you react?
Oh, that soap on my face. Oh, that soap on my body. I really loved it. That water is coming, falling. Oh my God, it's like I'm standing in the rain. Tip, tip, tip. Oh God, don't stop because the soap on my face itself is not gone. I stand in the bathroom without a drop of water and myself soaked with all the soap foams on me. I stand there and I shout, "There's no water! There's no water! There's no water!" But I'm inside the bathroom. My wife is in the kitchen. My daughter is in her studying room. No one listens to me. Sometimes in life, we get into such situations. Not having water in the bathroom when you shower is just a reality like what you will face in life. You can face the unexpected because life does not give you everything which is expected. Life can at times be cruel to you. The only thing is be patient. You can shout from inside, you can get angry, you can make all the mess. But remember, it will become an ennui moment and it can cost you an arm and a leg if you overreact. Just be calm and patient. Instead of shouting, "I want water!" Be calm because water has ran out in the kitchen as well. My wife switched on the motor, water came. I had that wonderful bath and came out. Life will give you situations like this. Don't worry, just hang on. You will be better. Would you agree? Back to you, Tabletop Master.
Okay, thank you, Toshma. That was a really wonderful question. I mean, that wonderful answer. So we are running out of time. So before I am leaving off, let me tell you one thing. All these questions that I have prepared is that situation that I have encountered for the past 1 week. So I sat myself and thinking, what would be the questions? And then I will start doing the questions based on the situation I have encountered and how I react and how you react, other people react. So I got very good responses. And thank you for participating, everyone. With this, let me move on to the master of the ceremony, Toastmaster Mamta.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Datta, for those very realistic topics and the fabulous job that's done by the speakers. It was quite enthralling for all of us. I loved it. I loved the way all of you have presented it, and I really enjoyed myself. I think all the NUE that we have we didn't face anything today, but I think the way it was presented kind of was very, very exciting. Thank you so much for contributing. Now we come to the most important part of the Toastmasters meeting, which is the evaluation segment. So I would like to invite the general evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Karishma, back on the stage, who would bring her team along to share feedback with all of us. Feedback is what we take back and improve and come back with new learning. Over to you, Toastmaster Karishma.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Karishma.
Okay. Thank you so much. First of all, Toastmaster Mamatha, I'm really sorry for mispronouncing your name. Thank you so much for giving me the stage. And once again, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. This is evaluation round of our meeting. Oral evaluations are designed to recognize strength and learn what they can do next to improve their speaking skills. Evaluation comments are only from the POV of evaluators, not from the whole club. First, we will listen to the speech evaluator report, timer, a counter, and then grammarian, respectively. Then I will give the general evaluator of evaluation of overall the meeting. Our first evaluator is Toastmaster Harshwant. So I would like to call Toastmaster Harshwant on the stage. Over to you, Toastmaster Harshwant.
I hope I am audible and visible. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and very special good evening, my target speaker, Toastmaster Srija. What is speech? It was completely chaos to calm. And I see I have noted down few commendations and few recommendations in your speech. Coming to your commendations, in Toastmasters perspective, we all thrive for attention on the stage. And there was a saying that if we could grab the attention of a speaker in the first 30 seconds of being on the stage, we can have his attention for the whole speech. And here my target speakers, Srija, have used a very relatable question to all of them, asking, have you ever been part of an EC, or have you ever been a vice president education particularly? This question made few people raise their hands and few people think why she is asking. And that is how she grabbed attention of all the members in the room. And then she has a very good flow with her speech, and all the structure that she kept throughout the speech was really. She had few instances of few sprinkles of humor here and there by mentioning error 404 and also mentioning a expression which compares her situation with jalebi. She had a beautiful team, and we can understand that from her speech. Keeping all these commendations aside, there were few recommendations also which could improve her speech to the next level. Srija, you have covered a lot of instances in your speech, but I feel if you could have decreased few of those instances and concentrated on only few instances that particularly made, or else that those are particularly important to be mentioned on the speech, because as you were giving lot of information, at few instances I missed the flow. And Srija, your vocal variety was really commendable, and you have very energetic and enthusiastic vocal variety. But I feel the pace was not on point, as as we Toastmasters always use pace to showcase what is important to the audience. When we slow down our pace, audience attention will be increased on our speech, and when we quicken our pace, then audience couldn't take all the data that we are giving. As you are telling your speech, you are always on a high pace than a lower pace, so that audience could miss some details. So in conclusion, you have very good introduction, good flow, and good humor all over your speech. You could work on your vocal varieties and also prioritize contents in your speech. Thank you. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Harshwan, for sharing your report with us. I'm so sorry, everyone, but due to some reason, we don't have any counter with us. So I'm proceeding further. Now, I would like to call a counter that is none other than Toastmaster Mamata with her report. So let me welcome Toastmaster Mamata with our sir. Thank you.
Sorry, Karishma, I think we should move on to Toastmaster Meghna, Word Master Grammarian. Thank you.
Yes, hello everyone. I'm back with my report. Toastmaster Govind used word of the day. Toastmaster E.T. used idiom of the day. Toastmaster Galal Zaki used idiom of the day and word of the day. Toastmaster Mamata also used both idiom of the day and word of the day. That's it according to my report. Thank you for everyone for using this word of the day and idiom of the day. This helps to improve your vocabulary. Over to general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Meghna. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Meghna. I'm really sorry that I mispronounced your name and I forget that you were the grammarian. I'm really sorry for that. Let's move further. I am the general evaluator of today's meeting, and this is the first time I'm attending the online session. So I am really sorry in advance if I am. Okay. I'm really sorry. I want to invite Toastmaster Harshwan with his timer report. So please let us welcome Toastmaster Harshwan.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. The good thing that I wanted to mention first was we are going with the agenda right now, and that is a very good thing that for any Toastmasters club, I feel. And everyone today who spoke on the stage were qualified speaker. That is, they spoke in the prescribed time limits. Starting with the table topic session, starting with the first table topic speaker, Toastmaster Galal Zaki, 2 minutes 12 seconds. Toastmasters Ilios Tofilio, 2 minutes 25 seconds. Toastmasters Sriya, 1 minute 48 seconds. Toastmaster Bala, 2 minutes 24 seconds. And me as an evaluator to the target speaker, I have took 3 minutes 26 seconds. Thank you. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Harshwan, for sharing your timing report. That is so accurate, I wish. And moving further, as I told you guys that this is the first time I'm evaluating and I'm a bit nervous. I'm really sorry for that. And yes, this is so tough for me to evaluate such great personalities as a Toastmasters over here. All you guys were so fantastic, so fascinating, so perfect for me. And yeah, today I have learned a lot from you guys, but I have tried my best to bring out something to be corrected in you. First of all, I am really sorry, everyone, that I joined late. That should not be done especially by the general evaluator. I'm really sorry for that. So moving further to the Toastmaster Sai Rama, I want to say that you are a very good speaker, but I feel somewhere that if you slow down your speed a little bit, you will sound more clearly. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ramakanta. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sai Rama, and to the Toastmaster Ramakanta. You are so clear with your words and your thoughts. You were so specific, and I really appreciate how you described everything with so many examples. There is something you can work on your on your clear, unmistakable pronunciation. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ramakanta. To the Toastmaster Harshwan, it is my privilege to share with you all that he is my mentor too. And today I am going to evaluate him. So this is my privilege to share with you all that I want to say that, sir, Toastmaster Harshwan, you were so specific with your words. You were so fantastic. You were so exact on the facts. You were saying whatever was so clear. I am learning a lot, and I have learned a lot from you. So I don't think so I can find anything which is beyond the thing. I'm really sorry for that. I was lost in your speech whenever you're speaking. I lost in your words, so I couldn't find any mistake. Thank you so much. And a thing I can suggest to you is please take care of your fillers over, because we don't have a counter today with ourselves. So I tried my best to do so. So I count your us. So you took almost 13 filler words today. So you can work on that. So, and overall, you were so flawless. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Harshwan. And to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Mamata, you know what? I'm so impressed by you. You were so specific. You were so clear with your thoughts. Whatever you were saying was so on the point, and you're so perfect. Your voice is so beautiful. I really got influenced by you because as a Toastmaster member, this is my second tenure, and I never met a people like you. And it is very, you can say it is a very pride moment for me to share a stage with you all. I can say I met a lot of great personalities today, and I'm really thankful for that. And to the Toastmaster Datta Sairam, your topics were so good, and I really appreciate your efforts in finding those topics. As you told us that all the topics you selected was related to your life, and yeah, that is a very good approach. But I'm damn sure that you can be more creative rather than following the old pattern of table topic masters. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Datta. And this is all from my side as a general evaluator. Signing off as a Toastmaster Karishma. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karishma. You made my day with the fantastic feedback you gave on me. So full marks for you. Nevertheless, I think all of us have scope to improve somewhere or the other. I think if you're saying that you're doing it for the first time, you've done a fab job for the first time, and all of us learn along the way. So I'm sure you will do fantastic in the following sessions as well. After the evaluation, the most important part is to choose the best. I'm sure all of you will have a tough time today with the way each of you contributed. So I'm going to quickly launch a poll, and I'm going to remove the co-host rights for those whom I've given so that all of you can participate. I'm going to give you 1 minute would be enough to quickly mark who's the best. All right, the poll is launched. Please go ahead and mark the high stage role player, whom did you like the best, the low stage role player, and of course, the table topic speakers. All right, 3 people have responded already. We have 10. Okay, last 30 seconds. And last 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we hit on end. So let's see who the winners are. While I announce the winners, I'd request all of you to unmute yourself and give them a big round of applause. For the best table topics master, the winner is Toastmaster Galal Zaki. Congratulations, Toastmaster Galal.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm
Wow.
sure everybody was completely enthralled with the way you delivered, and some of us kind of resonated with it as well.
Well, it's the 88th in 4 years.
Wow.
88th Table Topic Award. I would love to share a workshop with you. I won many awards in advertising, and I used to appear in television commercials, and all the women above 50 are madly in love with me. I produced
Wow.
5,000 pencils that read effective communication and creativity. Anytime, I'll leave my numbers, and thank you
Yes,
so
please.
much.
Yes, we would love to invite you over to our club for a session. Toastmaster Hashwant, please make a note of it. I think that's fabulous. It's journey along, and we would love to hear some of the tips and techniques.
And I'm always terrified of Helios and Bala. I always go to the toilet whenever I compete against them.
Yeah, I have seen ET in action many times, and I have personally enjoyed being a part of his sessions as well. And he is a regular visitor to our club sessions. I'm meeting Bala for the first time. Bala, again, needless to say, fantastic job. Although we had to hear the mishap that you imagined for yourself, but I think very well articulated. We would love to have you join our sessions as well. Okay, now let's move on to the second category. For the low stage role player, it's between the timer and World Master Grammarian, since we did not have the counter on board. And the winner is Toastmaster Hashwant, the timer for the day. Congratulations, Toastmaster Hashwant. Fab job, keep it up.
Thank
Now,
you.
for the high stage role player, there is a lot of tiff. There's so many players today. We had the MC, we had the table topics master, we had the general evaluator, the stand-up comedian, and the panel moderator. And any guesses who the winner is?
My mentor.
Fabulous, Govind. That is right. The winner is me. Please give me a round of applause. Thank you so much. Always fantastic to be at the center of the stage and keep the conversation going on. And it is all because of the fabulous people that you are. And at Coastline Toastmasters, our journey has seen a lot of ups and downs. But the best part is we haven't failed having a session throughout and also ensured complete participation. So again, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all our guests who keep joining us, who keep encouraging us and motivating us, our own club members who always make sure to take part and be at the forefront, and those of you who have contributed to major success of this club. We are ready to welcome you back. Join us soon. So on that note, I would like to hand over the stage to our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Govind.
Me, Toastmaster Govind, as the Sergeant at Arms. With the power vested in me, I proudly conclude the 100th meeting of Toastmasters. You can stop the recording.